Okay, this video is going to be about the wiring for the extra LED lights that I'm putting on my T5. I already recorded this section of the video once and it didn't record, so this is a different day and I'm already done with the project. But I wanted to go over some things that didn't get recorded when I done it the first time. So if you see some different stuff going on later in this video, while I was actually working on this project, it's because it was a different day that I actually done this project. But what I wanted to show was, first of all, up here on the front, you see this is already done. This wire loom that I used to put this wire in, I got it from Amazon. 1/8 inch black ultra wrap, 10 feet. I got 2 bags of that. I also ordered the wire I used from Amazon. I used dark blue and black to match the factory wiring. You don't have to do that. I just wanted it to match. I did get too big of wires. I got 16 gauge. I probably should have got 20 gauge. Would be more matched to these wires on the tractor. They're pretty small. The wires I used were bigger. But basically what you have to do to get started with this project is you have to pull this panel off out from under the cab. And to do that, you got to take the light off, and there's some torque screws, one right in that area, and then there are little caps. Right there's one of them. You just pop those out with a screwdriver. There's 3 of them. You can take this panel right out, and the wiring that you need is right here in this corner. It's got a plug on it, exactly like what you need to plug into the light. And basically what I did was just cut this plug off, run the new wiring up through. You have to take this off. There's a big hole here, and you run the wiring up through that hole and feed it up the cab and reconnect the wire. I'll explain all that later in the next portion of this video. So hope you enjoy. So it was easier than I thought it would be to get this wire in. I just fished it right in this hole. I took this bracket off, see the big hole in the pillar there, and I just fished this wire to here, and then I was able to just push it right up this A-pillar, and it come out right here. You see I've removed this panel so I can get to the wires right here. This is the one that was already plugged to a wire. This is the one that was up here that is connected to the lights. I have tested a light in it. It makes the light work. It does plug into the light. So all I need to do is flip this off, connect these wires to these wires, and I'll move this plug down here on the end of my wiring harness to be able to plug into the light when it gets here. I still haven't got the lights, but it's fairly simple to get this wiring in here. So if you're thinking about doing this modification, it's not too bad. I guess the worst part was getting that nut cert in there. And if you know how to weld fairly decently and you got a grinder, it's no big deal to do that either. So I'm going to button this back up and do the other side. And I may pull the wire out for the rear lights today, even though I don't have the lights. They're supposed to be here. Today's Tuesday, and they're supposed to be here Thursday, and I'll go pick those up. To connect the wires up, I plan on using red heat shrink butt connectors, so I can seal them for moisture with the heat gun. and I'm going to use these on both ends of the wire to put the plug on and to connect into the wiring harness. So I'm actually going to need 8 of them. So here is what I've got. I've got it all. I hadn't put that trim piece back up there yet, but I've got everything wired up, connected. I've got my light plug on the wire. Right here's the butt connectors. I worked it so I could get those inside this loom so you can't see them. And like I said this before, this plug is actually up in the cab. It come with the tractor. I just cut it off from up there and moved it down here on the end of my new harness, and it plugs right into this light. And this light, this isn't the light that goes here, but I've just got it off the front with this big long bracket. That's the front bracket. You know, the light's going to go here and the wire plug right into the back, and should work just fine. I've already plugged this light into it, tested it, it works. So all I have to do now is do the other side and wait on my lights to get here. In order to get these rear lights out, not the lights, but the wiring, what you got to do is you got to take the light off. It goes right here. Take the 2 bolts on either side. Take this bolt out. Take that bolt out. And they, you can see this plug in there. It's wrapped up in there, but you can't get it out without taking this off, because there is a plastic clip in there, and you have to pull all this off so you can get the wire unclipped from the plastic clip so you can get it out of the cab. So while I had the front cab piece off, I just went ahead and pulled the rear one off to get the wiring out. So that's how you got to do that. Alright, so now I've got both sides done on the left and right. I've got a place to mount the light, got wires to power the light, and I went on both sides and pulled that wire out so I can just plug that light in once I mount it up there. And it's all ready to go as soon as I get my lights. So this will be excuse my headlight, but this will be video number 2 on this, and video number 3 will be me installing the lights on the tractor and testing them out. So look out for that. Alright, talk to y'all later.